everybody, this is Rhonda with Cory and Rhonda Real Estate, Utah Dream Properties and Keller Williams, and today I am here to talk to you about appraisal gaps. What are they, and should you use one in your next offer?
Let's get to work. Let's get to work.
Okay, so today we're here to talk about appraisal gaps, and this is something that is very current in our market, very relevant. It's June 2021. Our market here in Utah is absolutely insane, and from talking to other agents across the country that we partner with, it's pretty much the same in their markets as well. And by insane, I mean if you are a buyer, you're probably going against, depending on your price point, 15 or 20 other offers. That's definitely not out of the realm of possibility. So what can we do to set ourselves apart from the other offers? And that's where the appraisal gap comes in. So an appraisal gap is simply when you as the buyer say, I guarantee to pay X amount over whatever the appraisal comes in. So just to give you an example, let's say that a house was listed for $360,000. It just listed, we go to show it, we see people standing in line to go in, so you know this is going to be a hot property, and you really want to win it. So at that point, we have a conversation about what we can do to structure your offer to make you stand out above the others. And that's just really something that we've seen lately is people saying, okay, we know that it's going to get bid up, definitely over the 360, and the appraisal might not catch up with that. So I'm going to pay 10, 15, 20,000, whatever you have or whatever you feel comfortable with over the appraisal. And we usually put a cap on it. So just in case the appraisal happened to come in high, we would say we'll pay 10,000 above up to 400 or up to whatever your top offer is. And that gives the seller reassurance that you're just not throwing in an offer super high and just hoping that the appraisal comes in low so they'll drop the price. You're actually putting some bite behind that offer, and we definitely want to see proof of funds. When I'm on the listing side and somebody says they'll pay 20,000 over, we want to verify that they actually have that money and they're not just hoping that the appraisal comes in high for that. Okay, so as you're listening to this, you're probably thinking, that's crazy. There is no way I'd pay above what the appraisal comes in at, because everybody thinks the appraisal is what the home is worth. And that's always what we've been taught. That's what our market's been for the last 10 years, is really whatever the appraisal comes in at, okay, I guess that's what it's worth. So the seller would drop the price and we would renegotiate if the appraisal came in low. Well, our market is moving so fast. The appraisers, they don't have time to catch up. So when an appraiser appraises a property, they look at similar homes. They try to get as similar as they can, year built, type, size, within a certain radius. And they look backwards. They look at what's sold. Well, that's looking in the past. So by the time that the appraiser goes in and does that appraisal, and maybe by the time you close, which might be 3, 4, 5 months after that home closed, interestingly enough, appraisers can actually go back a year, and you can check out our other videos just to know how much our market's increased in the last year. So definitely, if they're using an old home, it's not going to comp, it's not going to compare at that list price. So the appraisal gap is simply just making up for that lost time. So I'll give you another example, and this is a real life example that just happened about 2 months ago. We sold a property here in Ogden for $325,000, and that buyer did an appraisal gap. They didn't have to use it, interestingly enough, because it did appraise at that amount. It was $35,000 above asking. The next door neighbor's house, which was extremely similar in year built, size, type of home, just very similar, went on the market about 6 or 7 weeks. I think it was just under 2 months from when we closed on that property. They went on the market for $389,000. They just closed last week for $431,000. So you kind of do the math there. We had our buyer buy the house for $325,000. The neighbors just closed at $431,000. So you can see it goes that quick. If somebody was going to use that newer closed property as a comp, it's already driven the value up. So if you're nervous about that and you say, I don't want to pay more than it's worth, just understand that the market is moving so fast that if you use those gap funds, you have a very good chance of making up that difference. Another thing to remember too, Utah is a non-disclosure state. So what that means is when we sell a property here in Utah, that final sales price is not published online anywhere. So if you're looking at, some of the major sites, Zillow, Realtor, whatever, and it shows a sold price that may not be accurate. So what we do with our buyers is just to make them feel more comfortable and to know their options. We definitely don't push anybody to do this, but we explain to them, if you don't use an appraisal gap in this type of market, there's a very good chance you will not get a property. So what we do when we sit down with our buyers, and a lot of these consults we do virtually, I will switch my phone over to show my laptop and to show them what a house listed for and what it's sold for, because that's directly on the MLS and that's the only accurate information here in Utah. I know other states are disclosure states, but again, here in Utah, we're not. So we want our buyers to be informed. So if that's something you're interested in doing, maybe you already live here, or maybe you're looking to move here soon and you want to know what the market's like in your price point, we're more than happy to do one of those consults and show you real time what houses have sold for and compared to the list price, because that's really what matters. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We would absolutely love to help you. Our website is at the end, email, phone, text, whatever works best for you, but we would love to hear from you. We make new videos every Friday, so if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you soon.